Hi there, my name is Kay Moon, and I'm a twin flame channel and Western astrologer. And this is a video about the new moon in Libra in 2020, happening on October 16th, 2020 at 3:31 p.m. If you happen to be on the eastern seaboard of the United States, please use a time zone converter to find your local time. This new moon is showing up here at the 23rd degree of Libra, the sign of partnership, justice, equality, and balance, making some interesting conversations here. We've got the creation goddess here at the 27th degree of Libra, and we've also got an opposition to Mars here at the 20th degree of Aries. Mars also happens to be sitting rather close to Eris here, which is the energy of feeling excluded to the point of willing to do something, take discordant action about it, willing to make your presence known, refusing to be ignored. Chaos, strife, discord are all energies that fall under Eris. So, um, there's also an energy here of this particular new moon squaring this Pluto and Saturn conjunction here. And really, the entirety of energies out here in Capricorn, but mostly having a very direct conversation with Pluto and Saturn via a 90-degree angle. And when you put all of this together, this new moon is really kind of rife with a lot of tension. We have what's called here a T square, and T squares are notorious for having us feel pulled in multiple directions to the point at times of paralysis, and the tension being so thick that it's hard to move. The tensions here are between relationships, partnerships, that's Libra, work, and the structure of our lives, that's Capricorn, and our sense of self, that's Aries. The best way to work with T square energy, I have found, is to include the energy of the sign that is conspicuous in its omission, and that would be, in this instance, Cancer. There's nothing sitting in the sign of Cancer. However, we can emotionally evoke the sign of Cancer to move through this tense, thicker, denser energy. The Cancerian energy is the energy of emotionality. It's the water energy of our feelings, and allowing our feelings to be owned and acknowledged by ourself is what's going to allow a new beginning energy in the arena of relationships, as the creation goddess conjunct new moon is indicating it's time for. This new energy can only be accessed, though, once we allow our emotional truths to surface, we allow our emotional reality to be acknowledged by us, ourselves, and allow that emotional reality to show us the truth of where we've been, who we've been, and how we would like to grow. By including our emotional selves, owning and acknowledging our emotional truths, we can start to see which things in the arena of work we would like to start to let go of, because this is an energy of letting go. Which things in the structure of our lives we want to release, because this Capricorn energy is asking of us to release it. We can also start to see how we'd like to organize our ambition and our motivation and drive to make sure that we aren't discounted and excluded in the future. We can start to organize our ambition to be more self asserting without getting pushed to the place of being aggressive. So, this new moon is illuminating a new chapter for us in the way we are relating to others, but it's about making sure that we've learned the lessons of the past so we don't need to take them into the future. Other energies supporting this messaging happen to be we've got a Mercury retrograde here that's been going on. This Mercury retrograde is, let me give you the exact dates here. We've got October 14th through November 3rd. The Mercury retrograde energy in another water sign here is conjunct the partnership asteroid, whom, if you happen to be watching as a twin flame or divine counterpart, I read as the divine feminine. I'll go deeper into what that means for her in the twin flame video for this lunation. But at this time, ultimately, what she's talking about, and the Mercury retrograde is talking about at this new moon, is it's time to review some of the ways we've shown up in partnership. It's time to review the lessons we've learned from the choices that we've made, so that at the end of this Mercury retrograde, and as Juno moves into the sign of Sagittarius in another month or two, we have the opportunity to begin again, begin anew, begin better than anything we've ever had before. Because this is a pluming of the subconscious mind and some of our wounds of old and a lot of our fears having to do with our personal power, especially with the Mars Aries conjunction here, and Scorpio being about power and fear when it's in the shadow. This Mercury retrograde is giving us the opportunity to really look at where have we been giving up and assuming foregone conclusions in our relationships that have ultimately lent themselves to us shooting ourselves in the foot, even though we might think it's someone else shooting us in the foot. Where have we been party to our own demise? These are painful things to look at. This is a great time to do energy healing, theta healing, any type of subconscious reprogramming, anything that's going to help you examine what the wounds have been and how you can start to reprogram and overcome those wounds, heal those wounds, reparent them in the arena of partnerships and relationships to others. This is a great opportunity to begin to do that work now. Because when we hit 2021, there is a new energy on the scene. And this is a very important time for discharging all the old baggage. Further, this Juno Mercury conjunction moving through the sign of power, fear, sexuality, transformation, and change is being sextiled here or sextiling Venus. Because Venus sits here in the sign of order and right timing and details and paying attention to service, the Venusian energy is asking us to really have a look with eyes of love. What do we need to see? What do we need to understand? And let's get into this and be really honest with ourselves. What are the nuances of the way things have gone down in the past when it comes to love, relationship, partnership, connection? And where can we be more honest with ourselves about precisely what we did, precisely what happened? No exaggeration, no awfulizing or catastrophizing. Let's see what it is for what it is and allow ourselves to be with that truth. And love this Venusian add an energy to this because it does give us the opportunity to step into this with compassion and to really look with a sense of, well, here's what my values are. That's Venus. And here's what it is that happened that wasn't in alignment with the values. It gives us this chance to dig deep in the world of our values and start to align our lives with what those values really are. And that's the benefit of this transit happening during this highly deconstructive Pluto, Saturn, Jupiter conjunction year. We've also got going on here that Venus being opposite Neptune. Here's Venus. Here's our friend Neptune down here. They're sitting opposite one another. In between on the Virgo Pisces axis, Neptune is in Pisces. And this lends itself to a little bit of some of the lovelorn and a little bit of the love longing energy, a little bit of knowing what we value, but having what we value be slightly out of reach at this time. Because of that energy, it's the perfect space that's now opened up for us to look with eyes of clarity. That's one of the gifts of Virgo, is clarity about what we need in order to have different results in the future. Then we also have Jupiter sextiling that same Neptune. So they're all kind of in a conversation together. But the Jupiter sextile brings forward an energy that permits us to step into a little bit of faith and to have faith that what we work toward is something that can actually be a better result, that we can call it out of the ether, place it into the material world. As long as we are working at it, we can certainly have the result. And we also have this Venus trine Jupiter. And when these two are trining, opportunity is in the air. And the opportunity here is for something new to be created in the 3D world. There is an opportunity for something that we would like to see materially exist, either financially, health wise, in the world of love. We can manifest it with the energy of this new moon. It's a huge new moon for manifesting new relationship energy, new relationship patterns and behaviors, specifically because this is an earth sign. This is an earth sign where Jupiter and Venus sit. Earth signs represent processing through the material world, not just the world of thought or emotions, but the physical 3D world. So it's a perfect opportunity to really do the work you need to with a coach or a therapist, do the work you need to with an energy healer to release the traumas of yesteryear. Let go of the wounding you've gotten and picked up over time when it comes to having manifested things that are now being moved out of the way for the next manifestation to come in. Let go of the guarding of the heart that has caused you to feel like life is against you. This is the opportunity to shed, 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 so that in the new beginning, you're not bringing any of the vibrational baggage from the past. Lastly, we also have an energy here of, I'll just show you, we've got our friend Chiron here. Chiron sitting in the sign of Aries is bringing up all of the personal woundings we have to our sense of self. I am wrong. Nobody wants me. I am bad. I am defective. Any of those kinds of personal woundings to our sense of who we are going to be coming to the surface as Chiron transits Aries, because Aries is also representative of new beginnings and our ambition and our drive. Chiron Chiron wounds to those things will be wounds that have been all about things that we tried to make happen in the past, and then we felt defeated either by another person or life circumstance, and then we felt too disabled to try again. The Chiron move through Aries is supporting all of us to look at those wounds and heal them once and for all. Chiron at this time is opposite the shaman's asteroid, which is sitting in the same sign this new moon and creation goddess are sitting in. This opposition is showing us the woundings that we've had based on the journeys that we've taken are providing a level of wisdom about where we can go next when it comes to partnership. Who is right for us to partner with? What's going to be fair and in our best interests? Where have we been wounded in the arena of love and partnership when it comes to either business or romance? Where have we been wounded when we've tried to make something happen and it didn't go the way that we wanted it to go? What wound did we pick up, and how can we now begin the process of releasing it? Very important new moon for this year. This new moon is a very clearing and cleansing new moon, and it's bringing forward the opportunity to let go of the past stories, past baggage, past wounding, past lenses. Because if we try to bring these into the new future, we are just going to end up recreating what we had before. And this is our opportunity to quantum leap forward and create something very different. If you'd like to take a look at how all of this plays out in your chart and in your life, definitely go over to kmoonastro.com. The calendar is open to book a reading with me. I would love the opportunity to sit with you and to look at the stars and give you the opportunity to look at how can you create this new beginning in your own life. Thanks so much for subscribing, for sharing, and for watching. Take great care and bye for now.